Hello, we're back. We're going to find out today what's happening with our friend Horton. So, just to recap, but just as he spoke to the monkey of the speck, 3 big jungle monkeys climbed up Horton's neck. The Wickersham brothers came shouting, "What rot! This elephant's talking to who's who are not. There aren't any who's, and they don't have a mare, and we're going to stop all this nonsense, so there." They snatched Horton's clover. They carried it off to a black-bottomed eagle named Vladikov, a mighty strong eagle of very swift wing, and they said, "Will you kindly get rid of this thing?" And before the poor elephant even could speak, the eagle flew off with a flower in its beak. All that late afternoon and far into the night, that black-bottomed bird flapped his wings in fast flight, while Horton chased after with groans over stones that tattered his toenails and battered his bones, and begged, "Please don't harm all my little folks, who have as much right to live as us bigger folks do." But far, far beyond him, that eagle kept flapping, and over his shoulder called back, "Quit your yapping! I'll fly the night through, I'm a bird and I don't mind it, and I'll hide this tomorrow, when you'll never find it." And at 6:56 the next morning he did it. It sure was a terrible place that he hid it. He let that small clover drop somewhere inside of a great patch of clovers 100 miles wide. "Find that," sneered the bird, "but I think you will fail," and he left with a flap of his black-bottomed tail. "I'll find it," cried Horton. "I'll find it or bust. I shall find my friends on my small speck of dust." And clover by clover, by clover with care, he picked up and searched them and called, "Are you there?" But clover by clover by clover he found that the one that he sought for was just not around. And by noon poor Horton, more dead than alive, had picked, searched, and piled up 9,005. Look at poor Horton. Then, on through the afternoon, hour after hour, till he found them at last, on the 3,000,000th flower. "My friends," cried the elephant, "tell me, do tell, are you safe? Are you sound? Are you whole? Are you well?" From down on the speck came the voice of the mare. "We've really had trouble, much more than our share. When the black-bottomed birdie let go and we dropped, we landed so hard that our clocks have all stopped. Our teapots are broken, our rocking chairs smashed, and our bicycle tires all blew up when we crashed. So Horton, please," pleaded the voice of the mares, "will you pick us up by us? Will you stick by us who's while we're making repairs?" It's very small writing. "Of course," Horton answered. "Of course I will stick. I'll stick by you small folks through thin and through thick." He's nice Horton, isn't he? "Humph, humph," the voice. "For almost 2 days you've run wild and insisted on chatting with persons who's never existed. Such carryings on in our peaceable jungle. We've had quite enough of your bellowing bungle, and I'm here to state," snapped the big kangaroo, "that your silly nonsensical game is all through." And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, "Me too." With the help of the Wickersham brothers and dozens of Wickersham uncles and Wickersham cousins and Wickersham in-laws, whose help I've engaged, you're going to be roped and you're going to be caged. And as for your dust speck, that we shall boil in a hot steaming kettle of bezel nut oil." Voice changed. Oops. "Boil it?" gasped Horton. "Oh, that you can't do. It's all full of persons. They'll prove it to you." So, I wonder what's going to happen next. Well, I think Horton probably needs a little drink and a little break before him and the Who's prove that just because they're small, that they still do really exist. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay.